Hey guys, welcome back to another raid video, and we are looking at DoomPriest. DoomPriest is a pretty cool hero that can definitely help you out in Clan Boss. Pretty annoying in Arena if you build him right, and a solid hero in Faction Wars. I actually use DoomPriest in Faction Wars right now, and he's helping me out. He is helping me out. So let's take a look at skills here. So A1, it has a random chance of placing an increased crit rate on a random ally. This is kind of a weak A1, I think. 15% increase chance is okay, but you have to get your crit rate up, and it's on a random ally. It would be nice if it was all allies, then I would like it a lot more, or higher crit rate. But it's not bad A1. The A2, this can definitely help you out, especially in Arena. If you have an Arena team that needs attack to do damage, this is a 50% increased attack for all your allies. You get him the fastest out of your comp, and he'll pop this up before all your damage dealers. A pretty good skill for a 3-turn cooldown. When I think about Faction Wars, I don't think I really utilize this skill because a lot of my heroes are hit point based or defensive based in Night Revenant. So I don't actually utilize this skill, I don't think. The passive. Now this passive, this is why I use him. This passive is pretty cool. So not only are we going to heal all your allies by 7.5% of their hit points. So when you think about Miscreated Monster, you're going to have a lot of hit points on Miscreated Monster in Faction Wars, right? So 7.5% is a decent amount considering that faction has a lot of survivability already. It has a lot of survivability, and if we can get some heals on top of that, as well as remove a random debuff from them. So each time this hero has their turn, he's going to remove one debuff from all your allies. That's a pretty strong passive. I like this passive, really strong. And then we have an aura here. It's force based, so I don't really like this. If it was just increase everyone's speed by 15%, it wouldn't be too bad. I don't use this aura in Faction Wars, and I doubt you probably will use this actually in Clan Boss or in Arena. You probably won't use this aura. So really what we're looking at here is this passive. This passive is really strong. Right now, I do have him in Relentless, and to be honest, I probably, I don't know. I probably would like to test him in all speed gear and get his speed higher, but I don't have speed gear to give up. I don't have speed gear to give up, and I had a decent Relentless set, so I'm kind of testing this out because the more turns he has, the more times we can proc that passive to remove debuffs and to get a little bit of a heal. It's not an insane heal, but to get a little bit of a heal. So I'll go through these here real quick. The main thing that I'm focusing on here is survivability and speed. I do have some crit rate in here because it is nice to get that crit rate buff, but that's not what I'm building him for. So I got a good HP here, and hopefully, okay, I got some speed here, got some defense, and since I'm using him with Faction Wars, I probably want to increase his resistance more. Maybe not, because his passive is going to remove a debuff, so maybe I don't. I'll take that back. I don't think I actually need resistance for him if he can take enough turns to remove all the debuffs. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I got defensive percents on gloves and chest, and then speed boots. And let's see, I think artifacts, I went defense. I went defense with some HP and defense percent. I do have a crit damage because, since I use him in Faction Wars, I have a lot of survivability. In that faction, but they don't do a lot of damage right now. I'm trying to rework them to do a lot of damage, and so I'm just trying to squeeze out any bit of damage I can from that faction. Pretty good banner here from some HP, but ideally, I think, I don't know what I want here. I got good speed, so actually that probably works. HP is okay. I kind of favor defense usually, but since his passive is based on how much HP for the heal, that actually isn't too bad. Because of his passive. So overall here, I got speed a little under 200. Ideally, I want this over 200. Just for the Faction Wars. If you're doing Arena, You just want to make sure that he's fast, has a lot of defense, has a lot of survivability, and hopefully takes a lot of turns to remove all the debuffs from your allies. On Clan Boss, you know, it depends what your comp is, but ideally you want him to go after the Clan Boss, because if you get your slow debuff or you get a stun, you want him to instantly remove those debuffs from the Clan Boss. And I've seen him do some pretty good damage, not damage, but pretty good support on the Clan Boss, just because of that passive. Just because of that passive, he works pretty well. So I got a decent speed here, a little bit on the low end of defense, but he does have a low defensive base, so that's not too bad. And then decent HP because of that passive. I want to utilize the healing as much as possible. And so for his masteries, it's going to depend. It's going to depend on what you use him for. So right now, because I use him in Faction Wars and I'm trying to squeeze out as much damage as I can, I actually went down the offensive tree for a crit rate, crit damage, and then I went down here to get some more crit damage percent because I am struggling with my Faction War damage. If you're doing Arena, you don't need this. You don't need this for Arena. You could do some more defensive stuff here for counterattacks, or you could get some more resistance. I don't know. I had to think about the Arena. I actually never used him for Arena. Maybe after this, we should actually test him in Arena, because I have only faced him in Arena. And he can, with the right build and comp of a team, he can be really annoying. And then, of course, you know, on the Clan Boss, you know, you're going to get... you know, the War Master for his offensive tree if you're doing Clan Boss to get that extra proc. Let's see here. So for overall though, I want survivability. I want to eliminate, mitigate some of the damage he gets, mainly from Faction Wars. Clan Boss the same way. You want to keep him alive to be able to remove debuffs. And you know, let's just play around with the Arena here. I have never used him in Arena yet. Obviously, I would like to do this one, but I won't. Let's see here. We want some people to remove or put some buffs on. She has a buff. We'll just try it. I know depending on the speed of her, we'll take out. So Duchess has a block debuffs. Madame Ceres actually does too if she steals a buff, but I'll intentionally not use that. And then let's just throw him in here. Let's throw him in here. Hopefully they get some debuffs, and we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does. This is the first time that I've used him in Arena, and you know, sometimes since I do a lot of like freezes and stuff on my team naturally, and provokes. Oh wow. Okay. My order's all thrown off. He actually causes me problems if he can go enough turns, because he removes those provokes and those freezes. So I just removed right there. I just removed the debuffs that Zargala put on me. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. He just had to take his turn, remove a random debuff. You know, I don't think I'm going to benefit from this, but we might as well. We might as well. So if I had a team that needed a lot of attack points, attack percentage, I would put that up, but I actually don't need that. I don't know how long this team's going to last. They're not going to last very long. We'll put it on auto now. But let's try again. Let's try to find a team that has a lot of debuffs. I don't know, since this is gold 4, but so there's Chris. So I know. Okay, this might be good, because I don't know if I'm going to remove enough debuffs, actually. We'll see here. Because this guy's going to put on a lot of debuffs too, along with Chris. So this could be interesting. I don't know. We'll see if I can actually utilize this guy. He does have Relentless, so it is kind of an RNG with his turns. But, okay, so there's a Provoke. He removed the Provoke. I didn't look here. Did he not remove that? Or is there 2? Maybe there's 2 on that. I'll have to look on the replay. So let's just try to see if we can proc so he actually got the crit rate buff. So I don't want to normally I would do a provoke. Normally I do, he died. Okay. I can't get these teams to last long enough. Let's just put it on auto here. See how many times he can take a turn and remove some of these debuffs here. So there's a debuff. I would like him to proc the Relentless to remove like debuffs, like 2 debuffs. But so he's removing all these debuffs. So you can see how, if you're facing this guy and, they can protect him really well. He has a lot of speed and survivability that, let's say you're putting on a lot of provokes, a lot of decreased defense. This guy can be really annoying. This guy, okay, there's another Krisk. Wow, okay. Everyone, man, I want a Krisk so bad. I can't pull Void Legendaries to save my life. But yeah, if you guys build this guy and have the right comp, this DoomPriest, let's see if they get a debuff on me here. No debuffs yet. No debuffs. Okay, so that's unfortunate. I don't have a lot of survivability since I don't have Duchess in here. So Chris, let's go live. So there's some debuffs there. Let's just go ahead and lock down because I think Chris, he can still put on. He's gonna die, but there's one debuff removed. So pretty good, especially if I could proc the Relentless. He would remove so many debuffs. It'd actually be pretty crazy. But with this passive, you don't need a lot of resistance, right? As long as you can take a lot of turns, you don't have to worry on like insane amount of resistance. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and refresh here. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. See if we can. There's a Zargala again. Okay, this one might be good. We'll see. We'll see. Because I know Zargala is going to put up the debuff as well. But yeah, it's pretty good because on my faction wars, I don't have to, rely on resistance so much, right? I can have my resistance kind of low as long as I have good survivability, and hopefully get this DoomPriest to take so many. So I'm gonna kill. I don't want to kill this guy. Let's just do this first. I don't want to kill this whole group before they have a chance to put up some debuffs here. So there's some debuffs. We don't want to do that because we'll put a block debuffs up. So remove that. That's pretty good. Let's see if she can get a Zargala to put up some debuffs. I might lose. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm not getting like. I mean, he's removing the debuffs. Unfortunately, I can't get some teams that have a lot of survivability as well because I think my guys are kind of one-shotting most of these. But you can see here how he's removing all those debuffs, and you don't have to have him in Relentless. I just don't have a speed set on him. But if you have Relentless, and especially Faction Wars, there's so many debuffs that can really hurt you. Can really hurt you a lot, and you can't always lean on the resistance, right? Sometimes you need a lot of accuracy, and you can't get resistance high enough, especially when you get in the stage 17 and 18s. You need a lot of resistance, or you need a lot of accuracy for the debuffs yourself, right? So, this makes it where you don't have to have a lot of resistance, and you can lean on this guy to remove a lot of debuffs, and hopefully he can take a lot of turns. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you have DoomPriest, he can definitely help you out in Arena, in Clan Boss, and definitely Faction Wars. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later.